Midvani Monroe for MissFabulous.com, and we're on 37th Street in Manhattan visiting Byron Lars. He's going to talk to us about his new digital presentation and what he has in store for spring 2012. Byron, nice to see you again.
Great to see you again, too.
I am very excited about your spring collection. As you know, I loved your fall.
Thank you
2011.
so much. Thank you.
And now we're going spring 2012, correct?
Yes, correct.
And you did something completely different this season, yes?
Yeah, this season we decided to do a video presentation instead of an on-site presentation, and that was a really interesting process.
So the video presentation, is it a digital presentation, and how are you going to disseminate that?
Actually, there'll be a link that we'll send out, like an invitation to all the editors and buyers, that they'll be able to access it on a specific date, being this Monday coming.
Wow.
And yeah, so we'll see how that works. It's the first, so I'm sure we'll have some bugs to work out, but I'm really excited about it because we'll reach a lot more people this way.
Oh, definitely reach a lot more people. How have you enjoyed the process of working on this?
Well, being a bit of a control freak, I do like that aspect of it, that if something's not quite looking right at a particular time and moment, you can say cut and do that again. For instance, if a model moves and a piece of a skirt like just doesn't come back down the way it should, we can just do it again so that it does. And I really like that aspect of it because you want them to be seen in their best light.
And why did you decide to go this route this season? Just mostly because of being able to reach a wider audience?
Well, there was that, and then there was just constantly people telling me that they were just having a hard time, like, making everything in the week.
Sure.
There's more and more shows, more and more events, and even though they have the best of intentions, sometimes it's just like things change on a dime. Like, for instance, we had a storm in the middle of Fashion Week, and so some major players like Marc Jacobs and Michael Kors changed their dates all of a sudden. So if for any reason your show was just before or just after either one of those, then all of a sudden it's just like, all the crowd is over there now. Will they make it back here in time? And there's just all that you avoid in a video format.
So spring 2012. Okay, fall 2011 was all about Native Americana. So what are we going for spring 2012?
It was a lot less thematic, at least in an obvious way. There was a lot of transparency, which seems to be everywhere. I wasn't really thinking about that, though. To be honest, I really was kind of like stuck on fall sensibilities, and because everybody loves fall clothes,
right?
A great coat, a great sweater, but I thought of ways to kind of juxtapose the weights of a winter coat. So for instance, here on the dress form, we made a winter coat out of chiffon, and we made the fur out of ruffled chiffon. So all of a sudden you have this really great fit and flare winter favorite that's all about spring, summer now. And I thought that was interesting. I thought that it was a new way to kind of approach spring. So that's where we started. Did some botanicals, which was different for us. I never do prints. I just haven't had success with them. And I just don't typically see them. But we did every manner of print this season and put them all together on sheer bases. It's like printed chiffon on even sheerer bases that kind of look like almost as if the garment is being made or coming together before your very eyes. So.
And how did you choose your colors for this season?
Actually, it really started from the prints. The prints informed the color for the season. We didn't develop the prints. I just kind of went out there in the market and found them, and if they spoke to me, I cut a swatch and put it on the board. And then I really kind of let this collection design itself. in the big way. The textiles were really important here. So we started with chiffon because I knew I wanted transparency. I knew I wanted that like winter, summarized winter, staples thing. I knew that right away. But as we worked on that, a lot of the colors that like we extracted from some of the prints just informed many of the solids and just went further. For instance, we even did some sweaters that are made out of like cut pieces of printed cotton and then knit into stripes. So even though it comes off as a stripe or a textured stripe, it's still like all very much, print inspired.
What would you say is the key piece in the collection? If you had to pick one piece, which would you say it is?
Well, I'm going to mention that coat again. It's my favorite piece. It's where it all kind of started. And the chiffon coat with chiffon non-fur. It's where it all started, and it's really kind of what informed everything else.
Well, I'm very, very excited to see the digital presentation for spring 2012.
Thank you. I'm excited to see it too. It should be here any minute.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And again, wishing you continued success.
Thank you so much.
Nice to see you again.
Great to see you too.